10 of the most expensive virginities ever sold. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers. What an interesting topic we have for you today. In this alux.com original video, we're ranking the 10 most expensive virginities. You might not know this, but there's a market for hot women selling their first sexual encounter for a ton of cash. Although we're pretty sure even more expensive deals have been done behind closed doors, these are the ones that are semi-public knowledge. Here's just how much some men are willing to pay. Number 10. Rosie Reed, sold for $13,300. Back in 2004, 18-year-old Rosie Reed decided to auction off her virginity. Over 2,000 people bid before finally being won by a 44-year-old divorced engineer. Rosie had a lesbian girlfriend at the time who had also sold her virginity a while back for less than that. The girlfriend waited by the door while the transaction took place. After the act happened, Rosie regretted her decision, and the two girls spent all night crying through the morning. Number 9. Alina Persea, sold for $14,900. In 2009, 18-year-old Alina Persea from Romania sold her V-card to an Italian man for $14,900. She said she needed the money to pay for her computing degree. The man even flew her to Venice and took her around before sealing the deal at a 5-star hotel. Alina said she enjoyed her time with the man and hopes to see him again, next time free of charge. Although the deal is claimed to be completed, the virginity part is said to have been contested. Weird, right? Number 8. Shatunia, sold for $27,950. 18-year-old Russian Shatunia auctioned off her V-card on a site similar to eBay. The bid was won by a man willing to pay $28,000. The deal went down in a hotel, and then they parted ways. The police said they're not going to investigate the case, and that women are free to do whatever they want with their bodies. Number 7. Unigirl, sold for $32,000. A poor New Zealand student posted an ad under the name Unigirl, selling her virginity in order to pay for her studies. Over 1,200 people bid and finally accepted an offer of $32,000. She even said it's a lot more than she was expecting and thanked everyone who took part in the auction. Number 6. Kathy Coblerson, sold for $100,000. This one was reported in 2004 by only one source, and since then has been picked up by multiple shady websites, ranking this type of sale. We haven't found any concrete evidence that this actually took place, but for the sake of this ranking, we'll include it. In 2004, Texas girl Kathy Coblerson was in debt, so she decided to get creative by auctioning her virginity with the goal of reaching $100,000. The deal is said to have been closed with an anonymous businessman in the area, as the ad was taken down, but never marked as complete. Okay, enough with the low numbers. The top 5 is really insane. Number 5. Caterina Migliorini, sold for $708,000. In 2012, Caterina Migliorini sold her virginity and immediately became one of the most expensive deals in this segment. She did try to sell it as a part of a planned documentary called Virgins Wanted, directed by Australian director Justin Sisley. The Brazilian student put up an ad online on an auction site that she was selling her V-card, and someone paid $708,000. That someone is a man named Natsu from Japan. After he fought hard for it against 2 American bidders and an Indian big spender, he won a date with Caterina. As weird as it might seem, the girl insisted that she is not a prostitute, and that she was doing it to raise money to build homes for poverty-stricken families in her hometown, and to make a positive impact on the world. Number 4. Elizabeth Rain, sold for $801,000. The medical student Liz Rain turned virginity selling into a master project. She was the only one who had an auction website specifically designed, complete with a link to the PR company who managed her bid, and an entire page devoted to terms and conditions of the arrangement. Plus, more legal clauses like sexual intercourse means insertion of a penis into a vagina, and a promise to donate 35% of the sale to a charity that provides education to women in developing countries. She basically covered the entire transaction from a business and legal standpoint, because, quote, love is not a part of this arrangement, it is only of a sexual and financial nature, as put by her. The project was a success, and she sold her virginity for $801,000. Although she tried to keep her face hidden, the internet tracked her down, and despite using some of that money to get rid of the evidence, you can still find her pics. Number 3. Graciela Yataco, sold for $1.3 million. With the purpose of covering her mother's medical bills, 18-year-old Graciela Yataco is credited with actually starting the virginity sale trend. She's a former model from Peru that got a lot of press when a Canadian millionaire offered to pay $1.5 million to be her first. They agreed to $1.3, but the backlash from society was insane, so insane that she almost backed out of the deal. Number 2. Raffaella Fico, on sale for $1.8 million. The 20-year-old Italian model and competitor of Big Brother Italy 2008 put her purity up for auction. With the money, she intended to buy a house in Rome and pay for her acting classes. Some tabloids said that the deal had closed, but for a lower amount, while others say she couldn't find a buyer. She used all the attention the media has given her to boost her career, and if it indeed did happen, also her bank account. Number 1. Natalie Dillon, sold for $3.7 million. The 22-year-old Natalie Dillon auctioned her virginity through Moonlight Bunny Ranch to fund her master's degree. She even went on Howard Stern to promote her deal, and it is said that the highest bid reached $3.7 million. There is no proof that the transaction was completed for that amount, but she did pay off her student debt and somehow managed to buy a new house. What do you think about these ladies selling their virginities for such high amounts? And if you're up for it, what would have been your number? Although there's a lot of discussion if some of these deals have closed or not, we found plenty of info that put at least some of them in the 7-figure area. So these numbers might not be that far off. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story. Because you're still watching this video, here's a little bonus info. On the male side, there isn't that much of a market. The highest bid for a guy's virginity was $2,600 in the same documentary as Katerina, who got close to $1 million. Talk about feminism, right? Now go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on our next video. You're gonna love it.